My name appears in my father's livret de famille. Am I already French? This is a typical case scenario here in my law firm. People find out older documents of their family and discover that they are already included in the livret de famille, in the family book of their French family members. Does this mean that they are already French? The answer here has to be nuanced because it exists the legal framework and then the practice that is enforced at the consulates. This practice, I must tell, it's not always in accordance with the legal dispositions that should govern the transmission of French citizenship. If you are included in a livret de famille, it probably means that you have a French birth certificate. Your French birth certificate is the transcription, the registration of the birth that you had abroad with the French authorities that was done by your French ancestors at the time of your birth. It means that your birth was declared to the French authorities. It means that you already exist to the French authorities. But it has been a lot of time, and you didn't even have French documents. So the authorities might create some problems before you can apply for a French passport. However, it should not be the case. If you are included in livret de famille, you probably have a French birth certificate, and you were probably summoned to the army when you were 18 or 21 years old to do your army services in France. You might have obtained already an exemption from that, but still, it proves that you were considered as a French citizen already by the authorities at the time. And this status does not expire. So if you're included in a livret de famille, it's possible that you can apply directly for a French passport. However, typically, the consulate will request for you to produce a CNF if you don't have older French ID documents. This request is normally illegal. The CNF can only be requested for those producing their French birth certificates if there is sufficient doubt that the nationality was lost. Consulates will typically use the 50 years rule to say that you might have lost French citizenship because of 50 years of non-use of citizenship and living abroad. However, this is not true. This only applies for those who have never been declared to the French authorities. As you've been declared to the French authorities at birth or in your early ages, then this 50 years clock stopped for you already. Therefore, they should motivate their refusal and come up with legal reasons to refuse your passport application based on the fact that they have doubt on your French citizen status. As they do not do so, the decision of refusal is illegal. It can be attacked in front of a judge. There is already case law from the Superior Court saying that a French birth certificate registered with the consular authorities is enough proof of citizenship in a passport request. Therefore, if you intend to apply for a passport, or if you're already facing a passport refusal because they are requesting that you produce a CNF, I invite you to talk to a professional because the request made from a consulate is not always accurate and it's not always legal. As a CNF is a particularly hard procedure to finish, where the burden of proof is on you, it is advisable that we can avoid it when we can. If you're included in a livret de famille, you can probably avoid your CNF application and reduce the processing time for you to obtain your French passport.